How to take a complex SAP design decision. Hi everyone, my name is Milos, SAP Logistics Solution Architect for Cortrust, and today I'm in Italy. Before dinner, I just thought of sharing a thought with you, and that's how do I take a tough key design decision in an SAP project? Well, first of all, you need to figure out that it is a tough, important decision. There's some key traits in this case. Typically, it's something where multiple functions, multiple teams are involved. So you might have procurement team, logistics team, manufacturing team, quality team, finance team, different teams involved, and the decision is impacting different teams. So more parties, more people are involved in decision making. The other key characteristic is that the process is not straightforward or simple. There's some complexities, potentially multiple systems involved, multiple steps in the process, and multiple solutions or multiple different options and variants available depending on what solution you go for. And the third one is that the different options of solutions you have, none of them is clearly the right one or clearly the wrong one, meaning there's multiple good options, and it's just that different options have different outcomes, and therefore maybe they're better for a certain group and not as good for another group. All right. So once you know you're dealing with a tough key decision that has an important impact, the first step is to clarify to everyone involved, hey, there's a key decision to make. The second thing is, of course, to put everybody together to discuss it. But before that, it's really the preparation. The preparation meaning you need to understand what are the different options that you have at the table as a solution. And before even talking about the solution is to prepare a deck where you can clearly, hopefully visually, explain the process, the situation, the context, and the possible solutions you have in mind. So basically, typically I create one slide, sometimes maybe more than one, but usually it's one slide where visually I explain the process, the steps, how the solution will take place, and how the solution will solve the problem. And of course, before that, even better explain the problem before you explain the solution. So clearly explain what is the context, what's the business requirement, and what's needed from the solution. Then each solution should be explained separately, so you have the different options explained. And finally, you need to have a decision matrix. So that's typically a table where on the left you have the different solutions, so option A, option B, option C, that you explain how they work. And in the columns, you have the drivers, the decision drivers, meaning, for example, a solution can be more costly and less costly. One can be more risky or less risky. One can have an impact on invoicing, another one not, or one can have an impact on how the packing or other logistics activities are done, and one maybe has less of an impact, all right? Now, once you have that whole table, during that meeting, you want all the parties involved to be there and basically to come to an agreement, right? And to finalize what's the best option. Again, the best not in absolute terms, but the best for the customer, best for the situation, specific situation the customer have, specific process and specific systems. Finally, the last tip is be aware that oftentimes in these cases, the decision is not necessarily taken during the official meeting, but rather it's taken in side meetings or in side conversations that can happen before or after the official meeting. So be aware of engaging your key decision makers and key influencers even outside the official meetings. Hope this was useful. Let me know in the comments if you have your own different approach of how do you take key decisions, and I look forward to hear from you and talk to you soon. Bye.